Shalom, family. This is Yuda. The art of mistranslation. English, a corrupt language. All through the books that we read, you are going to find mistranslations. Most of them are intentional. Some of them are just pure ignorance. But nevertheless, you will find mistranslations in every single book. This is why I keep teaching. Get to know your Creator like you would getting to know a friend. You must understand the personality and the characteristics of the one who created you. Learn how he speaks. Learn his ways. Only then will you understand and be able to separate the mistranslations, the lies, from the truth. So we're going to take a look at some examples, which is why most of our people, especially those that come on my channel, spreading their opinions, because they simply prove within every comment they leave just how little they know. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that doing this is as easy as I say it. It takes some work. You have to be diligent in your search. The only way you will be shown these things is that you show him that you did diligently or seeking him out. This to him is pleasurable. It shows him just how sincere you are. And only then, when he recognizes that you are sincere, he will reveal his truth in the midst of all the lies and the mistranslations. So let's jump into this. Will the Creator destroy righteous with the wicked? Now, I'm doing this particular lesson to show how not only do most of us misunderstand what we read, but most of the time it's because we don't know how to search. Most of us read one book and we base all of our understanding in that one book. So let me tell you, your adversary knows all the tricks. He's much smarter than you. So you have to be wise and discerning. If you learn the way of your Creator, it will help you identify the way of your enemy. It's just that simple. Yet it still takes a lot of work. But you can't rely on one book. Bits and pieces of truth is in all those books, but so are bits and pieces of lies and mistranslations. Remember, your enemy swore to wipe you out as a nation, that you will be remembered no more. You have to understand, the enemy has no limits to how far they'll go. They'll use the very book that you believe in to destroy you if you're not careful. Will the Creator destroy righteous with the wicked? While the answer to the question, will the Creator destroy righteous with the wicked, seems to be a straightforward no. There's a Bible verse in Ezekiel that actually says otherwise. Now I'm going to show why that verse is a typographical error on the manuscript by comparing it to the Septuagint and with the nature of the Creator himself from other passages and prophets. Now, I mentioned the Septuagint, which is the oldest of all translated books. So if you have a Septuagint, And if you don't, you should get one. But when you study and seek him diligently, it's going to take more than one book. The enemy has spread the truth far and few between, so that you will give up in your search. That's what he wants you to do. Stop. But you are supposed to be diligent in your search. You're not supposed to stop. When you stop, you simply say to the Creator, I give up. And a person that gives up will never win. So let's take a look at some typographical errors. And say to the land of Israel, thus says the Creator, behold, I am against you, and I will draw my sword out of its sheath and cut off. Now, y'all listen to this carefully, because this is what I'm trying to show you. I will draw my sword out of its sheath and cut off both righteous and wicked, righteous and wicked from you. Does that sound like the Creator? This is how you start to understand his personality. Cut off both righteous and wicked together? Clearly, you should be able to see that makes absolutely no sense. But it's in the book, or some books. This is exactly why I'm telling you, don't rely on one book. The enemy has spread the truth out. He don't want you to find the personality of the one that created you. Because if you find his personality, you will begin to understand how to divide the truth from the lie. Because I will cut off both righteous and wicked from you. Therefore my sword shall go out of its sheath against all flesh from south to north. Now, right here is a clue. From south to north is a clue. Who did he prophesy that he would destroy or bring from the north and the south? If you ask yourself that question and you have diligently studied, you will know that he's not talking about the Israelites. The south and the north is the lands of our enemies, at least partial, that all flesh may know that I, the Creator, have drawn my sword out of its sheath. It shall not return any more. Now, let's look at Ezekiel chapter 21, verses 3 to 4. While most modern translations say that the Creator will destroy both the righteous and the wicked, if we look into the Septuagint, it says otherwise. This is why I say, don't rely on one book. And thou shalt say to the land of Israel, thus saith the Creator, this is the Septuagint, behold, I am against thee, and I will draw forth my sword out of its sheath, and I will destroy out of thee the transgressor and the unrighteous. That's a big difference from right here. Destroy both righteous and the wicked. See what I mean about searching out through different books? This is how you learn the ways of your Father. This is how you understand your Father. This is how you get to know your Father. This is how you understand his personality. This is how you learn what he will do and what he won't do. But you first have to seek diligently. You got to look. You got to work. And when you do this, there won't be any more groveling about what the word wait means and all this other crap. And it's totally because they don't work. They don't seek. They read one book, and most times it's mistranslated and infiltrated with lies. And after they find that little scripture, they bring it to you and want to argue. Clearly, why would I argue with an idiot who I can clearly see has no understanding? In fact, they don't know how to study. So let's read this again in the Septuagint. And thou shalt say to the land of Israel, thus saith the Creator, behold, I am against thee, and I will draw forth my sword out of its sheath, and I will destroy out of thee the transgressor and unrighteous, because I will destroy out of thee the unrighteous and the transgressor. Therefore, so shall my sword come forth out of its sheath against all flesh from the what? South to the north. Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 3 to 4. In Septuagint, the Creator will destroy both the transgressor and the unrighteous. By now, you should notice that you cannot trust every word in every book, but the truth is there. You just gotta dig for it. And this is what most of our people don't want to do. They want to read one scripture and run with it. They don't take the time out to compare. And that creates confusion and scoff and mockery. But that's not my fault. You see, I do my due diligence. I search. I compare. I got to know my Creator. I know how He thinks in regards to His laws, statutes, and commandments. But nobody can think like Him. So that's not what I'm saying. But He's given me enough to understand how He does things. And I can see clearly when it's Him speaking or somebody else. In the Septuagint, the Creator will destroy both the transgressor and the unrighteous. To clear our doubts regarding which one is correct, we must look into the nature of our Creator Himself, described in other passages of the Bible. Ezekiel itself says otherwise. Again, when I say, to the wicked, you shall surely die, what has that to do with the righteous? He's talking about the wicked. If he turns from his sin and does what is lawful and right, if the wicked restores the pledge, gives back what he has stolen, and walks in the statutes of life without committing iniquity, he shall surely live, he shall not die. Do you see how he's differentiating the wicked from the righteous? And he's even going as far to say, if the wicked would just stop doing wrong and restore himself to righteousness, even he shall live, he shall not die. Ezekiel 33, verse 14 to 15. In the same book of Ezekiel, the Creator is confirming that when a wicked turns from his wicked ways, he will surely live and not die. Check out Abraham's question. And Abraham came near and said, would you also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Genesis chapter 18, verse 23. Will the Creator destroy the righteous with the wicked? That's the troubling question for Abraham when the Creator shares his decision to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. But the Creator confirms he will not destroy the righteous with the wicked and will even spare the city for the sake of 10 righteous people in that city. The Creator even sent his angels to save Lot and his household, the only remaining righteous person in that city. The Creator will not destroy the righteous with the wicked, but provided a way for the righteous to escape. The reason I'm showing you this is for all of those in these Babylonian cities. Don't worry about what's going to happen. This is the time for you to be joyful if you're obeying him, if you are doing righteousness. Those who are able to flee and refuse to flee, that's their choice. They will have to pay the penalty. But if you are disabled, unable, financially strapped, or just plain too old, he will provide an escape for you. You got to understand this. Those who refuse to flee and they have the money, the means, the ability, they made a choice. They saw the word flee. They're not stupid. They know flee means to run for your life. Jeremiah even goes as far as to say, leave the land of Babylon. So if they refuse, they disobeyed. They want to wait, so let them wait. Here's the Psalm of David. The righteous cry out, and the Creator hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. Who? The righteous. The righteous. Not the disobedient, not the ignorant, the righteous. Psalms 34 verse 17. If we ask David, he would reply that the Creator will deliver the righteous out of all their troubles. Look at this mistranslated verse. Now, if the righteous one is scarcely saved, where will the ungodly and the sinner appear? And if it is with difficulty that righteous is saved, what will become of the godless man and the sinner? My conclusion, the Creator will never destroy the righteous with the wicked. Now, this does not mean the righteous will never die in the hands of the wicked. We have seen that in the history of our people. A lot of innocent, righteous prophets died by the hands of the wicked. So I don't want you to get confused here. I want you to know the truth. This is the whole reason I do what I do. I'm not doing this for any selfish gain. I'm not doing this for your money. I'm doing this because I care, even about those who come and argue with me. I care for them too. They just don't realize it. So keep yourself far from false matter. Do not kill the innocent with righteous, for I will not justify the wicked. Exodus chapter 23 and verse 7. What it means is that if the Creator is about to bring judgment, he will never destroy the righteous with the wicked. Even if the Bible verse says contrary to the nature of the Creator, it is always better to investigate by comparing it with other verses and manuscripts. Don't rely on one book. The truth is it's everywhere. You just got to find the pieces. You have to diligently search. Psalms 119 and verse 2. Blessed are they that search out his testimonies. They will diligently seek him with the whole heart. So just in case nobody understands what the word diligent means, here is the meaning. It's an adjective, constant in effort to accomplish something, attentive and persistent in doing anything, a diligent student, done or pursued with preserving attention, painstaking, a diligent search of the files. You have to work. You have to work. And remember, the truth is spread out through all these different books, and so are the lies. The books that we rely on are full of lies and mistranslation. That's the reason you have to get to know your Creator. Once you get to know Him, you will begin to understand how He speaks, when He speaks, and where He speaks. All praises to our Creator only. Shalom.